call it a comeback. He's back, people. He is back. Will Smith, hold your head up high. For those of you who were afraid, you need to chill in it. He came through. Hi, my name is Sophie Hannah and this is the CINE vlog, which is a vlog all about films and film review and everything to do with film. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back, and today I'm talking about live action Aladdin. I literally got back from seeing this a little while ago and I was like, I have to do a review on this. Live action is a new big thing now with Disney. They've made Beauty and the Beast, The Jungle Book, The Lion King is coming. What else is it? Cinderella. But Aladdin, it was very good. I enjoyed this very much. I was actually surprised at how good it was. It was really good. Really good. Good enough for me to be like, I need to sit down in front of the camera and tell you my thoughts about it. So in terms of the plot, now I'd be surprised if you haven't seen Aladdin, but if you haven't, because it was based on a Disney film that came out 20 years ago? Maybe even longer, I'm not even sure. But it's based on a street thief, the lovable rogue, the diamond in the rough Aladdin, who has to kind of steal to survive, but he's got a heart of gold. He meets one day a young girl who he falls for, not realizing that she's a princess, and he's never going to be able to get her because princesses can only marry princes. He's tricked by an evil sorcerer. He finds a lamp, and within the lamp is a genie, and he gets 3 wishes. And with these 3 wishes, is Aladdin able to get everything he's ever dreamed of? I mean, if you've seen it, you know it's probably going to end happy. It's a Disney film, but that is the basic plot. And to be honest, I know that this is a fan favourite for so many people. Like, Aladdin was never my favourite Disney film. Like, it wasn't, but a lot of people have been nervous about this, but I'm just letting you know that the film did do justice to the original. In terms of the pros, number 1 has to be Will Smith. Now, who isn't a Will Smith fan? Maybe there's people that aren't, but I think the majority of people are. The majority of people love Will Smith. In his back catalogue of films, you're going to find one. Independence Day, Men in Black. Collateral Beauty? Maybe not. But he's been kind of on a not so great film path, I would say. I don't think he's been making the best films in the past few years, if I'm being honest. But don't call it a comeback. He's back, people. He is back. He is everything you would want him to be in this film. Everything that you feared that he wouldn't be in this film, he is. And I'm not gonna compare him to Robin Williams because it's difficult, because Robin Williams was such an iconic character. But Will Smith, you're not gonna think that he's lacking in anything in this film, and I don't think it's a case of better than. I think he does an equally good job. Like, before Will Smith gets into it, so he comes in about half an hour, maybe a little bit after that in the film, and I thought, actually, this film is good. When he came into it, he took it to another level. His humor is great, his charisma, the comedy just seems so natural and effortless. I think it's back to his old days where he's just focusing on the comedy. Now, I love Will Smith in the drama, I do, but he's a great comedic actor. Will Smith, hold your head up high. For those of you who were afraid, you need to chill in it. He came through. In terms of his singing, now, I think Will Smith is more of a rapper than a singer. So when he's rapping in the songs that he has, I think he's definitely stronger in that than his like vocal singing abilities. But Friend Like Me, it's just fantastic. It's one of the best songs in the film, and Will Smith has such great chemistry with Mina Masood, who plays Aladdin in this film. I hope I pronounced that correctly. When they're together, there's just some scenes that are just hilarious, and the cinema was just falling to pieces. But Will Smith really is the one that brings the Disney charm to this and really brings this live action to life. The second pro would have to be Naomi Scott, who plays Jasmine, and from the moment she comes on screen, she just has this self-possession. She just is so grounded in this character. Like, you truly believe that she is Jasmine. She seems so real. I really resonated with her, and I really love the independence that they gave to Jasmine. Now, Jasmine of old, in original Aladdin, she was a bit feisty. She wasn't going to give in to like Aladdin's charms or Prince Ali's charms easily. She was a girl that knew her own mind. But in this live action remake, they have really taken it to another level. She's someone who has her own dreams and her own goals and her own desires. Like, she is not someone who is waiting to be rescued. She is somebody who wants to do things in life, and she wants to make the world a better place, and she doesn't feel confined by being a princess. She doesn't feel like that's all that she can be, and I really love that about the film. Like, they started bringing that in the beginning, but they really took it all the way through. Like, sometimes they'll add it to be like, oh yeah, you know, she's a modern woman, but they really landed it with this Jasmine. And I think Naomi Scott just brought such a strength to it that you believe that she was a woman who was like really ahead of her time. I really felt like this was a star-making turn for her, and I think we're going to be hearing a lot about her after this film. And plus she has a phenomenal voice, like when she's singing. So she really gets like 2.5 songs in this film, and when I heard her voice I was just like, wow, like she can really sing. Like she is not playing. And they've actually added in a song in the film called Speechless, which I'm not a person that gets goosebumps. If I did get goosebumps, I would get goosebumps at that song. She was just fantastic, and I actually wanted to clap in the cinema, but I didn't because nobody else was, and I didn't want to seem like that crazy person. But I loved her. I thought she was just fantastic in this role. For another pro, I have to talk about the design and the set. Now, this is actually a Guy Ritchie film, and when I found out that Guy Ritchie was directing this, I was kind of like, okay, that seems like a bit of a departure. Well, I know him for like his King Arthur's and Snatch and Rock and Roll and the Sherlock Holmes film, but he brings a real life and pace to this film. So it's just over 2 hours long, and it didn't drag at all. Things move along so well. I think he actually part wrote the screenplay as well. I think he did a really good job in directing a film which is such a classic to most. I also have to talk about like the set design and the colours. Like, it was just so vibrant. I thought it really brought a taste of the East, from the dresses to costumes to the marketplace. Like, there was just constantly colours. It was constantly vibrant. It was very Disney in that sense. I really loved the look of the film. Another pro, I really loved that it had a predominantly Asian cast, and you know, ethnic minorities, we're just not really highlighted in films a lot, especially not being like main characters. And it's really great that other young kids and children growing up are going to be able to see themselves represented on screen when they might not see that a lot. In terms of the cons, now if I'm talking about cons, honestly I'd have to say that I'm being pretty nitpicky, because I think that it was quite strong, like generally across the board. Like, there wasn't much that I would really complain about in it. As a kind of semi-con, I'd have to talk about Aladdin and Mina Masood, who plays him. In the film, he has this cheeky chappy persona. He's sweet and lovable, but I wasn't really buying it at the beginning. It seemed a little bit uncomfortable for me and not 100% convincing. But towards the end of the film, the middle of the film, the very end of the film, you completely buy into him. You're completely on Aladdin's side. But I think at the beginning, it wasn't as much a smooth loving of his character as there was for Jasmine or for the genie. So for me, that would be a very slight con. In terms of the CGI, now in general it's good, but I think with the genie, tell me if you see this, there's something about Genie when you first see him, so his eyes just aren't really focusing on Aladdin. He seems to be kind of looking like at his forehead, or like just beneath like his nose, but not in his eye line. And I think that there was an issue with the CGI. For me, it didn't look 100% real. It was almost all the way there, and I think as the film went on, either I didn't notice it or I didn't care, or they had fixed it, but there was something about that CGI detail in particular that seemed a bit off to me. Also, I think some of the songs, so there's a particular song at the beginning which I felt was a bit corny and like a bit panto. And when I saw it, I was just like, man, I hope all the other songs aren't like this, because this is a very long film. But the songs get better and better and better. And I think there's probably only like 1 or 1.5 songs that didn't really land for me. So what to take away from the film? Now, this is a Disney film, so it's going to have very wholesome themes, very wholesome perspectives, and Aladdin fits right into that as well. The first one would have to be that being yourself is enough to get what you want in life. And Aladdin has this whole battle with inside himself. So once he's made this wish and he becomes what he thinks he needs to be to win and to woo Princess Jasmine, it's kind of like, well, that's only the outside. Like, what about the inside of you? Because that is what someone's really gonna fall in love with, and Aladdin, like, that's gonna be enough to win her over. So I really like that idea. I think it's a good one for kids to know as well, in this world of comparisons galore, to know that being themselves is enough to get the things that they want, to get the love that they want. So I really like that. And the second theme that I really picked up on this film is the idea of women as change makers. Now, I talked earlier about the idea of Jasmine, and she's very modern in this film, but I really love the idea of just because a woman has never done it, it doesn't mean that it cannot be done by a woman. And I'm all here for that. I'm seriously all here for that. I really hope that young girls are really empowered by her. A few years ago, I'd probably say like, well, how much are people paying attention? But people do. Children do. Children really remember the messages that are told to them in these films. And I hope that the next generation of young girls that watch this really feel like, if Jasmine can do it, if Jasmine can break barriers, if Jasmine can do what the boys do, then maybe I can do it too. Now in terms of ratings, I rate my films out of burgers because I love burgers, and out of a total of 5 burgers, I would give this a solid 4. 4 burgers. It deserves it. It was just such an enjoyable film. Like, I left there, like, me and my husband were literally driving home, singing the songs in the car. Never had a friend, never had a friend, never had a friend like me. Yeah. That's what we were doing in the car, and it seemed a lot cooler in the car, and now it seems very corny, and now you've all got to see that. This would be a burger that you want to have over and over again. It's one that you would recommend to your friends when they're coming into town. You're saying, we need to go and try that burger, because it's not one to be missed. So definitely get out and see this film. I just do not think that you will regret it. Now, I always love to end my vlogs on a question, and today's question would be, in the spirit of Disney, what is your favorite Disney film? There are so many out there, and I'm obviously talking about like old school Disney, like cartoons, like original animation Disney films. Like, what has been your favorite? My favorite would have to be The Lion King. That is one of my first ever memories and experiences of film, is watching that film and just being so caught up with Simba and Mufasa and the Hans Zimmer score. For me, it was a groundbreaking moment for Disney, and I'm so excited about the live action. And Aladdin has really raised the bar. Like, Lion King, you need to come strong after this film. Like, you cannot be left in the dust, and I really hope that they do it justice. But let me know, what is your favorite Disney film? Make sure you tune into my channel to see my journey, and if I can hit 100 films by the end of the year. In order to do that, you're going to have to subscribe to my channel. So please press the subscription button down below and press the notifications so you can be updated whenever I've added anything new. Please share this video, please like it, follow me on social media. But I think that's it. And until the next time, I'll be seeing you soon.